Hello. Today we're going to talk about the word other in 3 different forms of the word other. If you would like to have a worksheet to fill out when you listen to this lecture, there's a link in the description below this video. It will take you to a place where you can print out the worksheet and you can fill it out while you listen to the lecture. Next slide. When we think about the word other, it actually has 3 forms. First is another, then other, and it could also be others with an S, and then we have the other, or plural, the others. As I talk about each of those words, other, another, and the other, I'll talk about them with 2 parts of speech. All of those words could be an adjective, where they describe a noun, or they could also be a pronoun, where they replace a noun. We'll start with another. Another means one more in addition to the ones we've already talked about. If we look at the picture here, we have 1, 2, 3 children. And if I look at this sentence, one child is wearing a gray sweater. We see the gray sweater right here. Another child is wearing a blue sweatshirt. The blue sweatshirt right there. So I use another to show one more. It's important, there's 3 here, so it's not the rest of the group, it's just one more in addition to this one that I've already mentioned. So one child is wearing a gray sweater, another child is wearing a blue sweatshirt. Now let's look at another as a pronoun. So one child is wearing a gray sweater, and we want to talk about one more of those children. Another child is wearing a blue sweatshirt. Here, another is an adjective. It's describing this word, child. I can take this adjective expression, adjective plus noun expression, and replace it with just another. So here, one child is wearing a gray sweater, another is wearing a blue sweatshirt. In this one, another is an adjective. In this one, another is a pronoun. In both situations, another is followed by a singular form of the verb, and when it's an adjective, it's followed by a singular count noun. Let's move on and talk about the second word, which was other. Other means several more in addition to the ones already mentioned. So this would be like the plural form of another. So first, let's look at the word other as an adjective. We have here, one child is wearing a blue shirt. The blue shirt would be right there. Other children are wearing red shirts. I can see 2 red shirts here and here. In this situation, other is an adjective. It describes children. And my verb is the plural form, are. So other is followed by a plural noun. Other can also be a pronoun. So one child is wearing a blue shirt. Other children are wearing red shirts. Here, other is an adjective describing children, and I can take those 2 words and replace them with others. So one child is wearing a blue shirt. Others are wearing red shirts. In this situation, others is a pronoun. It means other children. You'll note when other is by itself like this as a pronoun, it's plural, others. And the verb is also the plural form, others are. Now we'll move on to the last form of other, which is the other, or sometimes it's plural with others. We have the word the. And whenever we put the in front of other, it gives the idea of the rest of the group or all that remains. And with this one, it could be singular if there's just one more for the rest of the group, or it could be plural where there's two or more as the rest of the group. So with the other, we have two of the children are wearing green shirts. 1, 2 green shirts. The other child is wearing a blue shirt. There's the blue shirt. I use the other child because in this group I have a total of 3. And when I'm talking about all that remains or the last of the group, then I would use the plus other. So here there's just one as the rest of the group. The other child is wearing a blue shirt. I could take this expression, the other child, and use the other as a pronoun. So the other is wearing a blue shirt. In this situation, the other replaces the other child. Here there's only one that remains, so it's singular. So I use the singular form of the verb is, and the same here. The other is. The other could also be plural. So one of the children is wearing a blue shirt. There's our blue shirt. I have a total of 3 children. The other children are wearing green shirts. Here I have the other plus a plural noun, and then I'll have the plural verb. And that means the rest of the group are wearing green shirts. In this one, I use the others as a pronoun. It replaces the other children. So the other children, the others are wearing blue shirts. Notice that here I have an S on the others to show that it's plural. It's more than one as the rest of the group, and I use the plural form of the verb. So today we've talked about the word other and the different forms of the word other. The first form was another, which means one more in addition to the ones we've already mentioned. And another could be an adjective, or it could be used as a pronoun, and it's singular. Other is the second form we've talked about, and that means several more in addition to the ones already mentioned. So other is the plural form of another. It could be an adjective before a noun, or it could be a pronoun. When it's a pronoun, it's going to have an S, others. The last one we talked about was the other. The other means the rest of the group, or all that remains. It could be singular, like there's only one more that remains, or it could be plural, where there's more than one that remains. And the other also could be an adjective, or it could be a pronoun. Thank you for listening. I hope this video helped you to understand a little bit more about a word that confuses a lot of people, other. Have a good day.